Hello everyone and welcome to another video. In today's video we're going to take a look at this blast from the past Cooler Master case. Well, it's actually a gaming computer, but the case is a Cooler Master and it totally looks like a 2008 gaming computer. This is actually my brother's old gaming computer that he got as a hand-me-down from an ex-partner. So even when he got it, it was old, and then it sat unused in storage for like 8 years, maybe 5, but a long time at least. So I think it's 3rd gen Intel, maybe 2nd gen. When my brother got it, it did get a new hard drive, so I think it's a, I don't know if it's an SSD or hard drive, but it's supposed to have a new hard drive, so hard drive, whatever that means. We'll see. And yeah, let's just crack it open. Well, in the front at least you can see that there's a DVD drive, and you know, this really reminds me of a 2008 computer, the glossy black and then this bezel here. So if we start removing some screws on the side panel, a common theme that we'll notice is that it's actually missing a lot of screws. So when I got it, the one side panel was not held in by any screws, and then there was 2 screws on the right side panel. Well, so I moved 1 screw to each side panel so it would at least be held in place. So the first thing I actually did with this computer is I took it outside and blew it off with some dust. I'm kind of filming this out of order. So I've already removed the dust, we can see that. And so now it's mostly clean. There's still a bit of residual dust, which is apparently too stuck. It's actually like grainy dust. It's like thick stuff. Just try to kind of remove that. Maybe you can. Okay, that removes quite easily. Apparently it didn't come off with the air duster. And graphics card doesn't seem too bad. So we have the hard drive here, and it's not screwed in and mounted upside down for some reason. Let's just remove that real quick. Okay. So we have a Seagate hard drive. Very nice. We'll maybe run a smart test on it later to see if it is really new, but it's supposed to be a new one. Not as old as this graphics card. It's at least high-end, like it's made of metal and stuff. We seem to be missing quite a few expansion slots down here. So that's fine. I have some spare covers that I can put on. And actually it's a pretty nice cooler. I was expecting it to be an Intel stock cooler, but it's actually this is some kind of Cooler Master cooler. And also the power supply is a Cooler Master. So whoever put this computer together really liked Cooler Master, I guess, because the case, the cooler, the power supply, it's all from Cooler Master. Okay, so one thing that's a bit interesting is that there's just a hanging SATA cable here, which I suppose was supposed to be plugged into the DVD drive. We can just do that. No clue why it was unplugged, but well, it's plugged in now, and it is plugged into the motherboard right down here. I don't know if you can see that from the cables. So it is plugged in, and the hard drive SATA cable goes to here, and it's plugged in to there. Okay. That was even pretty loosely screwed in. It wasn't tightened at all. found one of these things to put the screws in so they don't despawn. Okay. Should of course it doesn't just come out. Wait, is it one of those? Ah, that's okay. There's a screw behind here that you also have to take out. Yeah, that makes sense. Okay, so it's still zip tied. There's a few options here. So I think it's supposed to go with the connectors to the rear. And then, okay, actually, that lines up. Okay, so I don't need this special thing. I can line it up with 3 of the holes. So there's 2 holes here that line up, and then there's this one which lines up. Which, I mean, it's fine. No problem. If I was going to use this computer like daily, I would want to put in an SSD, but I think my plan is actually that I want to put either Windows XP or Windows 7 on it, to have sort of like a retro gaming thing. I'm going to put like some old games. I think this screw is cross-threaded, so it seems off. No, okay, that's the same. Whatever. Maybe it's just tight for some reason. Let's put this last screw back. So, yeah, my plan is either to put like some retro games and Windows 7 or Windows XP, put like some like old Minecraft, so I have like some playable Minecrafts, and yeah, just kind of old games, because it's at least like 11-year-old graphics card. So I don't think it's going to be supported by NVIDIA anymore for like modern drivers. So yeah, why not embrace it, put on Windows 7, make it a retro. Well, it's not retro. Retro is like 25 years, so it's like, I don't know, not retro, but like still old. I don't know what you would call that. I don't know if these screws are different. I think they're all the same. And does that too? No. I think the side panel was too close. Seems like it is sticking quite far out. I think it'll be fine. Okay, so that's all of the screws. I do have actually some additional thumb screws which I'm gonna put in. Okay, so just to give you a bit of a close-up, I have routed all the cables that were previously laying here. I've put them all in this little hole here. I'm just gonna grab some zip ties and tie them all together in a neat little bundle. The CPU power cable that's going up behind the graphics card, I can't really do much about, because for some reason, even though it's a Cooler Master case, they didn't think that it was a good idea to put a little access hole up here, so the cable can't enter from that corner, which is really interesting choice. So I think the best way to route it is actually behind the graphics card here, which is not something you see really often, but I mean, it makes sense to put it there. So So yeah, other than that, actually, it looks pretty nice. Is the recurring theme, the path of missing screws, continues. So there's 2 power supply screws that are missing. So I have some new ones in my little assorted screw kit from, it's like an AliExpress thing. It's just random PC screws. Well, they're not random, they're specific. Hey, wait, that's weird. There's no hole behind it. Interesting. So that's why there's 2 screws missing, because there's no appears to be no hole behind. What? It's weird. Weird. What are we looking at here? There's a hole for that. There's a hole there. Oh, what the fuck? This whole thing is coming apart. Jesus. Okay, that's sketchy. Okay, what the fuck? Let's just think about what the hell is going on here. So I found another power supply screw and another screw. Great. This is shady as fuck. So I found this little screw and the power supply screw for some reason. Let's have a look. Okay, it's missing a screw on the side, which is great. Oh, I can get that in if I kind of squeeze it and then get my screwdriver here. Let's see, screw that in. What the fuck happened to this computer? And it's also missing. What the fuck? It's missing a screw. Which is not. There's also missing a screw here. Like this. Like who the fuck took screws out of the power supply? What the fuck? Let's see if I have one. This seems like a good candidate. More a bit though. Wrong thread. Oh great, I'm stuck in the hole. Shit. Shoot. Unscrew it. I'm just going to do that in a bit, just to be as careful as possible. Got it. Nice. Nice job. Note to self, not that screw. Okay, let's put that back. I'll try with a different screw. Maybe it's one of those. Do not. Like the side panel is falling over. Okay, so like a regular, I think that's a hard drive screw. It's actually good for that. Okay, so now this is at least like somewhat screwed together again. Any more screws missing? So there's one on each side. Power connector is no screw holes on the back. The top all looks fine. Okay, so now this power supply is screwed back together. Not sure why it was taking apart. I don't know if the fan is original. Doesn't appear to say Cooler Master on the fan. So maybe there's like missing the badge here. So maybe actually the fan was replaced. The fan also looks like way too thick for what's usually in a power supply. I don't know. Maybe you can let me know. Does this fan look original to a Cooler Master power supply that had Cooler Master before? So okay. Well, good thing we took that power supply out because that was falling apart. Nice. Well, it is the theme of this build is missing screws. So yeah. Well, at least we have 3 power supply screws now. Wow, good English. We have 3 screws now, and also now being adjusted. Now that the lid is not going up, actually the screw holes seem to line up. So there's one here. And there here. And another one bites the dust. And we'll use my old one up here. Great. Cool. Okay, so power supply is solidly mounted now. I should go and get the a spare PCI Express covers. So here I have my box of random PC electronic components, and somewhere in here there should be like a bundle of expansion slots, I'm pretty sure. Oh, there it is. Yeah. Of course it's in the bottom. So here I have my bundle of expansion slots. Don't ask. I'll grab 3. Just bundle these back up. See, it's also missing a screw for the graphics card, which is not surprising. I think when you usually look at motherboard screws, those are the ones with the little washer. But thinking about it, it would make more sense that it was the other one because it has the washer, so it would be able to grip the. Seems fine. I don't know. I don't know what I'm talking about. I'm just here. And to be honest, who knows if this is even tight like the graphic card, or if it actually is. There we go, perfect. So now we have our expansion slots back, and we have a fixed power supply. Our hard drive is mounted. Let's put some screws into the DVD drive, since they didn't decide that was necessary. Let's see. For some reason I do have nylon washers. These would be good for hard drives. Do they fit in this thread? I don't remember what threads do what, but nope. Okay, so not that one. Is it that? Is that this one? Yeah. Okay. So the one that I was confusing myself with the little built-in washer thingy is for the DVD drive. And I'm not going to put 4 in each side, I'm just going to put 2 each side. Because there appears to be only 1, which I mean it's better than not screwing it in. 2 is better than, 4 is better than 2. Should look for missing. It's missing. No, okay. The missing. There's a standoff in the middle here. I'm just gonna like double check in for missing motherboard screws. There it is. Curiously, all of the motherboard screws are actually present, which is surprising considering the rest of the build. So I think that's it. Actually, I don't think there's anything that we can do now. We should just fire it up. I did ask my brother if there's something on the hard drive that he would like to keep, and he did say that there shouldn't be anything. So I'm just gonna wipe the hard drive, install, I think I'm gonna install Windows 7, as I mentioned previously. And yeah, we can try to run some games, benchmark it, see what it can do. I was just about to say that it's impressive that we have like 4 PCI X 16, but yeah, there's a PCI X 16 and these are PCI slots, not PCIe. So they're old. That gives us a hint to the generation of CPU that will be in here. So it's probably 2nd or 3rd gen. We do have, up here we have a PCI X1, a PCIe actually, and then PCI, there's 3 of those, and then there's a PCIe X16. So I guess if you wanted, you could put 2 graphics card in SLI. So we do have the SLI fingers here. This is old enough to have that. Let's just turn that off again so you're not blinded by the light. Yeah, sorry about the lighting, but it's dark in here. We also do have a floppy drive bay, and actually I do have a floppy drive which probably uses IDE, so I can't do that. What's that connector? Oh, it's USB 3. It has USB 3. Neat. Wouldn't have thought it had Wouldn't have thought it has USB 3, but so it's new enough to have USB 3, but it's still old enough to have PCI. Interesting. But yeah, these are probably for SD card readers, but of course it's the same form factor as a floppy drive, so not a floppy drive. Yeah, it is. I think it is a floppy drive I have that will fit here. I took it out of a computer that was going to the scrap. So, but I think that uses IDE, so I don't know well, if it is using IDE, I'm not going to be able to use it because this motherboard is a bit too new. I do see a parallel port down there, but I think that's LPT. Let's just have a look. What it says, if it will focus. Oh, it doesn't say anything down there. Yeah, I think this is a printer port, not an IDE, because I think it's too small to be an IDE. And we can also see that HD audio is actually plugged in, so maybe it's like maybe this case has multiple options, like different connector types. Maybe I haven't seen that before, but yeah, this looks pretty good. Let's fire it up and see what we can do. Maybe turn off the power supply. Yep. Okay. So power supply was already on. And let's see what happens. So I just went ahead and removed all of the personal information from the screen, but it does look like we have a Windows 10 version 1903. So it's not been updated for, at least 5 years. And if we have a look at Crystal Disk Info, this hard drive is practically brand new. So it's been powered on for 8 days and only 111. Interesting. So yeah, I mean, it's practically new hard drive. You can see it's it's 1,000 gigabytes, so a terabyte hard drive, practically brand new. So this should run Windows 7 just fine. Well, it's been a while since the last clip, but I did go ahead and install Windows 7, which is pretty error appropriate for this machine. And I went over and copied a whole bunch of old stuff. As you can see, the C drive is very full of stuff, and I have activated it with a very legitimate Windows license. So yeah, it's been a few months since the last clip. I have acquired a few more tasks for upcoming videos. I have to fix that one, my 3D printer, and got some free keyboards. But anyways, I installed Windows 7 and a few games, and I think we should go ahead and try and game on it to see what it can do. So to copy over my stuff, I used a external hard drive. I have this Seagate which I put in my PS3, which I saw a few videos ago, where I took it out when it broke. I did originally try to copy over my files with this NVMe SSD enclosure with a USB-C cable. Copied it from my NAS to this one, and then when I plugged it in, it just wouldn't recognize it. Turns out the driver for this one is not built into Windows 7. I did try for like 20 minutes to get it to work. Ended up just copying it over to this one instead. Obviously made sure that the adapter works with Windows 7 beforehand. They're both a terabyte. This is a 1 terabyte Kingston, one of those cheap NVMe's, and this is obviously a terabyte Seagate. And let's just address the elephant in the room. I did also get an air condition since the last clip. So as you can, it's just kind of pointing out the window. I made a piece of cardboard, and I'm gonna make something proper one day. But yeah, it was in the middle of summer. It was very hot, and this was on sale. So maybe I'll make a video at some day on the putting a filter on, not a filter, an extra hose on the intake. But yeah, I'm rambling on different stuff. So I've installed MultiMC because I did try to get Prism Launcher, which is the modern fork of MultiMC, to work. Turns out it doesn't really work with Windows 7, so I ended up going with MultiMC instead, which works just fine. So I put actually an instance of my of my old first Minecraft Let's Play I did on my other channel. I did a Let's Play, and I have this, still have all the mods and all the stuff for it. So I think we're gonna try to fire that up. I did just make sure that it works, but I think we have to fire it up, see what kind of performance that we get. It takes a while to load, but then again, it is a hard drive that we're loading from. The other times I've played this instance on different computers, it has been with an SSD. Not that it's a very big modded instance, it has like a few, like, I think 19 mods or something. There we go. We just full screen it so we can. So I have my survival world. Okay, so as you can see now we are in game, and I just moved the camera to get a better view so you can see what's going on. So we're pretty much locked to 60 FPS, and I think we can go in and VSync. We can turn that off. And now we're getting like 120 FPS. We don't need to have VSync, I just need to go to sleep so that we don't get killed. It is a fairly old Minecraft instance, but I think it is pretty error appropriate for this computer, since it's like a 2013-ish computer. And the world is also played in 2013. Back when I played this world, I had a way weaker computer. It was a Pentium G5 or 630 with 4 gigs of RAM, HP Pavilion. But as you can see, runs pretty well. We can turn up the render distance. Apparently we can't do it that way. I think we can also handle fancy graphics. We're still getting like over 100 FPS, so yeah, this is not really demanding for this computer. We can try something else. So I did also load Tekkit Classic. With a texture pack. I put a Spax on it, if you know that one. This is the first mod pack, like real mod pack I played. Which is like it's kind of in the name, it's a tech mod pack where you make all kinds of machines and fun stuff. And apparently we're at the texture pack screen for some reason. So yesterday, fired it up, just made sure it worked. And I have a little world here that we can go into and see. So we're in my little mine here, and up here, oh, it's nighttime. Shouldn't go up there when it's nighttime, but again, like 170, 80 FPS. I know we're underground, but runs it pretty well. This is also like a 2012 mod pack, I think. So I think this computer is pretty powerful enough to handle it. I think. Does it have 8 gigs of RAM? I don't even remember. It's been so long since the last clip. And surprisingly enough, it can actually, on Windows 7, you can still run the latest 121, which I was like really surprised about. Just fired up just to show you. So as you can see, a regular old latest version of Minecraft still runs, which is impressive. Let's just do that. We should be able to load a world, which I totally wouldn't think that like the latest one would work, but I installed the Eclipse Adoptium Java thing, and it just
worked. I think it's Java 21, if I don't remember correctly. And as you can see, yeah, it's a bit choppy when it's loading chunks, because there's a lot more to this new version. But if I just go down, you know, let it settle in, it's totally playable. Like when you're not loading new chunks. So actually we can see that it's locked to 60 FPS. So I'm assuming that's some kind of VSync max frame rate. Okay, so it's set to 120. And then is there like a VSync tag? VSync, yeah. Just disable that, because VSync adds like input latency and stuff. So actually we're getting more FPS in this one than in Tekkit or something. We're getting like 220 FPS. That's insane. That's actually pretty insane that it can handle that much. Considering even in Tekkit it was, which is a older thing, so you'd think it would run better, but actually this one runs better. I don't even have Optifine. Do I have Optifine? No, I don't think so. Yeah, I think this is like regular stuff. So yeah, that runs like crazy impressive. Like of course one thing is the performance, but just the compatibility of it is pretty cool. So I did also go ahead and put some some other games on it. So I do have Farming Simulator and I have some Grand Theft Auto we can try out. I think GTA might be a bit too old for this one, so I think it's gonna run just fine. Farming Simulator 17 is newer than this computer by about, what would that be? 4 or 5 years. So we'll see how well that runs. There you go. Okay. That's fine. And okay, we're in. So I did also go ahead and play a bit of this just to make sure it kind of worked before I made a video on it. So yeah, I mean it runs pretty well. I don't have an FPS counter thing installed. It would be nice if it would be daytime, so we could see what I was doing. Yeah, I don't have an FPS counter, but this is not really a game where high FPS is really required, and it runs totally fine. There's a lot of input latency, but I think that's just how the game is, because it's, yeah, that's just how they smooth the camera movements and stuff. But yeah, it runs totally fine, totally playable, and yeah, we're just gonna empty this, I guess, and I did also sit for a while I was testing it and just kind of played this for like 2 hours. This is not I didn't start from scratch on this save. It's like a pre-made save which already has progress in it, so you don't have to start from the bottom, because I was just testing it, not really actually playing the game, but then I kind of just started playing the game, which, yeah, is interesting. But yeah, I mean, playing this, you wouldn't really think that it's that old computer. It's totally, like, yeah, there's nothing wrong. I think we're just gonna drive this back, and then we can try something else. But yeah, I'm pleasantly surprised. Like a 660, you think that's like garbage tier. It's like both that it's a low-end GPU, and then it also is a 600. So it's, yeah, what is it, like, yeah, 2012, 13-ish. I could look it up, but yeah, let's save that and quit. So another thing that we can try, I do have Factorio on it. Which I don't. It's been a while since I last played Factorio. I don't remember it being this slow at loading. I remember it being slow, but not this slow. So I think, like, especially when you get to like advanced factories, this computer would maybe struggle a bit, just how slow it is at loading. Think about that. Load game. Oh, I didn't get past the tutorial, but yeah, we can just load up. But yeah, it's totally playable. I could probably do have one of my saves that I could import. Yeah, let's try that. Let's try to import my save. So I did go ahead and copy some of my games from my server. Not Factorio. Nice. Do I have my Factorio? Then I must not have my Factorio save. I'll have to look for it. Yeah, I think that's a bit outside the scope of this video, but I did copy, like, on my NAS I have a games game files folder with just like all kinds of games, installers, DRM-free stuff that, like, for example, I have this whole itch.io collection. When they had the Ukraine bundle, I bought it and downloaded it, so I just have it for a rainy day. I think there's like super hot in here, if I recall correctly. Yeah. So I could play. Yeah, I know. Okay, so how do I get the gun? Do I have to click it? Okay, I have to click it. Okay. Oh, I throw it. Ah, damn it. Yeah. Yeah, I played the VR version, so that's probably why I don't remember that menu. Okay, so what's the button? Click it. No? Yeah, I know. That moves. The crosshair could be a bit more clear. There it is. Okay. He's shot. And dead? He's dead. Okay, nice. But yeah, this plays fine, I guess. Frame rate is fine. Not that I'm good at the game, but I think it's also easy in VR because you can kind of look around and it's not. Yeah. But yeah, runs pretty well. Punch him. Boop, boop. Okay, also set up. Boom, 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 and dead. Oh, there's another one. Boom. And yeah, as you can tell, I don't have any audio, which, because this screen doesn't have any speakers, I could plug in a headphone, but yeah, I didn't. But I think we're done with this game. We'll just do quit next here. Okay. We'll try these benchmarks and see how well they do. You know what? There's no reason to run the Valley benchmark because I think the Heaven benchmark, because the Valley benchmark is more high end, and I think it's gonna run fine. So there's not really reason to run both of them. Benchmark so far seems pretty smooth. And it's not really making much noise, even when it's like hit hard the computer. It's kind of just the same fan hum from the kind of era of computers. Not silent like my current desktop. I have Noctua fans. Sorry, they're not Noctua. They're Corsair magnetic fans, and I've like tuned the fan profile so they don't make noise. This kind of just has a CPU fan that I guess just runs at the same speed all the time. So it's not silent, but it's also not loud. Like if it had like a GTX 680 or something, like a 1080 Ti, it would have probably been very loud because those are some loud GPUs. Especially the old the old blower style, and I don't think they make those anymore. But they used to have like when you would have like a fan, and then they would blow it through the graphics card at the back, and they were like very loud. But yeah, let's let this benchmark run and just shut up. Okay, so the benchmark is finished. Runs totally fine, like nothing out of the ordinary. Of course, a newer computer would be able to run it better, but I mean it runs pretty well for what it is. So yeah, I think that pretty much does it for this video. So now I have like is it retro by this point? Like the computer's not retro, but the OS is almost retro. I think that's 20 years. So I have a soon-to-be retro computer with Windows 7, some old Minecraft saves, some old games, some newer games. Can put some old games on it, like old Skyrim or those kinds of. When you just want to return to the good old days. So I think that pretty much just about sums up this video. I'm sorry that it took a long time for this video to come out. As I mentioned earlier, the first half of this video was recorded a few months ago, and then I had a lot of other stuff going on, so I didn't make any progress on this video for that time, which is also the reason why the channel has kind of just been on a standstill. But as you can see, I have this one to fix, and I have these keyboards in the pipeline. So there's definitely also some stuff on my server that I'm gonna make a video about, and my camera's not focusing. So that pretty much sums up this video. If you did enjoy it, please remember to leave a like and a comment down below. And while you're down there, you can also go ahead and subscribe. So then I hope to see you next time. Bye for now.